We're seeing a lot of these really cool on-trend vases. They've kind of got like a concrete feel to them. They're super beautiful, but I want to show you how easily you can create your own DIY one at home just by going to the thrift store and grabbing something on clearance like this. Follow along step by step and see how easy it is to get this look from this. I'm going to be starting off with our Cobblestone, which has a nice warm gray undertone to it. And then I'm going to do a dry brush of the raw silk on top. And that'll be a really nice contrast to see that beautiful concrete look and give it a little bit of texture. And to add a little more texture, I'm going to go ahead and mix in some Fresco. This is our texturizing powder medium. It's super easy to use. So all I'm going to do is pour a little bit of paint into a container, however much I think I'm going to need for this piece here. And I'm gonna mix in a couple tablespoons of the Fresco. And I'm not gonna be too careful when I mix it. I'm just gonna grab my brush and kind of blend it together. So about 20 seconds or so of just stirring it together. I'm actually not trying to get rid of the clumps. I want those. Now, prepping the glass, I just wanna make sure that the surface is clean. So if there's any sticky residue on there, you're really gonna wanna wash that off. We have an amazing product called TSP Alternative that really helps to degrease it. Or if you're worried about even more stuff on that surface, you can always use our odorless solvent and that'll make sure there's nothing left behind on there. But most of the time, just a good clean is all you need. Now I'm gonna grab my brush and lay it on, going horizontally. I actually kind of really like the texture that this is leaving behind. So I'm leaving some of those brush strokes there. That is my goal. I want it to look like concrete. Go. And the coverage is phenomenal. It looks great. It's amazing how you can turn something that's on clearance into something that looks like you bought it from Pottery Barn. So just making sure I've got my whole first coat on. It's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes to dry. So I'm going to let that sit, come back, and then I'll do my dry brushing over top with my lighter color raw silk, just to give it some more dimension. All right, so I'm just grabbing a little bit of my raw silk and I'm just gonna do a dry brush over the top, just so I can see a little bit of that contrast. That's essentially, you put the paint on the brush and you wipe off most of it. So your brush is almost dry with what you're painting with. But then I also decided to do some stippling because I really like the effect that I get with the stippling. So similar concept, you take a lot of the paint off the brush and then just tap. I absolutely love how this turned out. It looks like a really true reproduction concrete piece for very little money. I can't wait to stage it up and see how it looks.